Brooklyn Independent Television.
Welcome to Brooklyn Review. I'm Jenny Passe Rodriguez, and after a little bit of an August break, we're back with completely new shows. And since the end of August signals a new political season, Sherry Carabin attended a Brooklyn debate for one of the most crowded and contested races, the selection of a Democratic candidate to fill the position of Attorney General.
I'm willing to take on any fight. I don't give up easily. I don't accept the status quo.
From longtime New York State Senator Eric Schneiderman to Nassau County District Attorney Kathleen Rice.
I believe that law enforcement can't police communities, but instead needs to partner with them.
Those are just two of the Democrats looking to seal their party's nomination for Attorney General this fall. Andrew Cuomo is leaving the office, hoping instead to become the next governor. That means residents will have to pick another Democrat to run in his place during the September 14th primary. Those vying for the spot aren't wasting any time with voters, going head-to-head at this July 15th debate at Medgar Evers College.
I'm the only candidate who stood up to the banks, stood up to the health insurers.
Eric Dinello is a former New York State insurance superintendent, as well as a former prosecutor in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. He promised to take a long, hard look at the city's stop and frisk policy.
If I were the Attorney General, I would investigate and foresee a case that would question the constitutionality, not of stop and frisk in those limited instances, but the institutionalized and systemic approach that I think our city police force has come to. And if that's true, I think it has reached an unconstitutional limit.
Former federal prosecutor John Sean Coffey made a name for himself as a successful trial lawyer, going after the long-distance telephone company WorldCom in a securities fraud class action that recovered billions of dollars for investors.
I'm the only one running who's tried cases as a prosecutor, as a defense lawyer, and as a plaintiff's lawyer. I have the broadest legal experience in the field.
Nassau County District Attorney Rice is the only woman seeking the nomination.
I'm the only candidate who has actually run a public safety drug treatment program, the only candidate who has managed an office of lawyers, of 180 lawyers. I'm the only candidate in this race who's actually run a law enforcement agency.
State Assemblyman Richard Brodsky had a different type of message for voters.
What was most valuable about tonight was if you had your ears open, you heard about a community's concerns and about ways in which we could partner with that community to address them. Mass transit, health care, taxes, the things that affect people's lives, that's what an Attorney General should be addressing, not sort of the inside baseball legal issues that too often you hear about.
As for members of this audience, many said civil rights issues were at the top of their list of concerns.
It was great to hear their responses on the Stop and Frisk program. I think that for our community in particular in Central Brooklyn, following the expose that the Village Voice did, is a particular interest to our community.
We want to know where these candidates are going to move the state forward on disparate sentencing. That's still an issue. Mental health for youth. Sentencing on issues for adults, for individuals under 18, a black male initiative for up-and-coming individuals. And, why is there still an issue where 1 out of 3 of black males are getting sentenced?
While most of those issues were covered during the debate, the moderator, former New York Times political writer Jonathan Hicks, also posed questions on topics ranging from conflicts of interest to discriminatory hiring practices.
I think that it doesn't matter whether it's a union, labor union or not. People shouldn't be discriminating like that.
The key difference between me and the other candidates, who are many good qualities, all, is really my commitment to fight for justice, to fight for social change, to fight for greater equality, and not be afraid to take on anyone who stands in the way.
While the race for Attorney General may not command the same attention as those for governor or district attorney, those who attended tonight's debate certainly seem to understand the importance of the office.
You hold the law up of the whole state, so it's very important that the Attorney Generals see what's going on.
I don't think people are very informed about what this office does. I think people who do think about it think it's just a stepping stone to the governorship, but it's a position with a lot of power even without that.
Some of those who turned out at the debate were already leaning toward one of the candidates.
leaning a little bit towards Mrs. Rice.
I like Sean Coffey. I heard him speak once before, and he's sort of an outsider from the political scene.
There's a lot of skill set out there. So what molds do we want? Who fits the best mold? I don't have I'm leaning towards one person, but I get swayed by the other.
As for who will win the Democratic nomination for Attorney General, voters will just have to wait until September 14th to find out. This is Sherry Carabin reporting for Brooklyn Review.
Discrimination is an awful thing. These are people.
Download this program's podcast on iTunes. Keywords Brooklyn Independent Television.